all, welcome back to Uncommon Geeks. Myself, Vasant. I hope you all doing well. In case if you're seeing me first time on the internet, I'm a content creator. I help people to clear their interview. I've made a lot of beautiful series in the past, which has been appreciated by many. Link to those videos is in the description. Also I'll put on the screen. Please do watch all the series in case if you're preparing for interview. Now, without wasting further time, let's get started with the content of the video. This is one of the super important topic, and I get lot of questions regarding this in my LinkedIn, Medium, YouTube, everywhere. Like, Vasant, how come your resumes are being shortlisted for a lot of big firms? How you are able to give an interview at big firms, and what is there in your resume that we are not having? And these people also ask, Vasant, I have studied in some tier 3 college. I have worked on service companies. I still want to apply for very big firms, but my resume is not getting shortlisted. Or some have actually some premiumness in their lifestyle. Like they either worked on a very big firms or they have worked studied in a premium college, but still their resume is not getting shortlisted for the premium companies. So what is that unit you are missing in your resume? So because of which you're not getting shortlisted. And I'm going to explain all of that in this video. Some people do not have any premiumness. Okay, so for them also I'll teach you some tricks because of how you can get into big firms, how you can make sure your resumes are getting shortlisted in big firms. So please watch the video till the end. Definitely you'll be getting benefited. Okay, without wasting further time, let's get started. Few resume templates with me before I show the resume templates to you. Let's understand few fundamental things. Let's say I run a premium company as in here premiumness is into two: one the work we are doing, one the salary we are paying. Let's say I'm a premium company which is doing both, similar to Google. So I have huge money, I can pay any number to a right candidate. If he has 1 crore, 1.5 crore Indian currency, I'm ready to pay. In that case, so what I would look for, basically I'm a premium guy, I'm a premium company, I would look for some premiumness in the resume, correct? So what do I mean by premiumness here? For example, you have worked, like for example, I'm a Google, so you already worked in Facebook, you're already worked in Apple, you already worked in Microsoft. Okay, he has that kind of a premiumness already in his resume. Or they have studied in a very premium institution like Stanford, Harvard, IIT, IIM. Okay, so they have already tried being a premium segment. So let us shortlist them. Why it is also I'll tell. It is not because people who studied in tier 3 college or people who are studied in a service company are not knowledgeable, but there has to be some shortlisting criteria company should follow. Why during the engineering days they'll keep 60% as a cutoff for the placement or 70% as a cutoff for the placement? Not because people who did 50% are not good enough. There has to be some filtering criteria so that they can interview the candidates, correct? Everyone, if they say everyone, a college may have 600 to 800 students, 600 to 800 students cannot be interviewed during the placement, correct? So there has to be some filtering criteria. So because of this, premium companies generally look for some premiumness in your resume. Okay, so let us start by that direction. So what all premiumness they can you can add, if everybody can add to their resume. Then I'll go and touch base on few things where none of the premiumness that you have, like neither you are from a big college, neither you are from a big company. In that case, what you can do to get shortlisted? Okay, now without wasting further time, let's get started with the first resume. Okay, so this is not that my resume, this is one of the resume that I picked from online. So even if you search in Google also, you will get this resume, but I'll explain step by step why this resume will get shortlisted if if you have a similar kind of a resume and apply for a premium company. Okay, so here if you see, um, one second, let me put markup. Okay, so here if you see now, it's a one page resume. Very first, I don't know why it has become a standard, but in very simple words, if I being a recruiter of a big firm, why one page resume become popular is very straightforward. It is because there is so many resume that would come on a day-to-day basis. Thousands of candidates might apply. I would have very least interest to go through multiple pages and analyze. Correct. So if it's a one page resume, I can quickly glance through it and I can shortlist or reject. Correct. So I would prefer or I would suggest please have one page resume only. Don't have 2 to 3 page resume, which will be very difficult to get shortlisted. And if you have a premiumness, probably you can. Other, it's quite difficult to get shortlisted. Okay. Now, first thing, make one page resume. Second, so there is no fixed template as such, but I'm going to talk about two different popular templates where left hand side you mention all your personal and important achievements. Okay, and in the top bar, wherever you're seeing this black screen, that is a place where you put your name and your email ID and phone number. Okay. Still, even after a lot of experience also, many candidates put their name, phone number, email ID at the bottom. I don't know how you thinking your interviewer will have, or the recruiter will have so much patience to go till the bottom and look for your email ID and phone number. Please don't do that. Keep your email ID and phone number. Those are the primary things to contact you, correct? So keep them, name, email ID and phone number on the top. Okay, these are the three things that you have to do. And sometimes what happens is we will not be updating our resume very often. In that case, you can use this right side area to mention when the resume was last updated. So that is something optional. You can keep it, or you decide not to keep it also. Okay. Next. Now let's come to the this left hand portion. Okay. So where if you see whoever is this candidate, he has done education from IIT, IIT Hyderabad. So that is first thing that you have to mention. So now there is a thing where you might have not studied from a premium college, correct? So triple IT, I don't know whether it's very premium or not, but whatever the college that you have studied, if that college is not premium, then write the university name. For example, in Karnataka, we have a university called Vishveshwaraya Technology University. We call it VIT. So the college, whatever you study, some XYZ college, that could be tier 2 or tier 3, and many may not know that, correct? In such cases, write the university name here, like Vishweshwaraya Technology University, B Tech from this university. So recruiter will think, okay, he has done this from a very popular university, so they consider kind of a premium. Okay, so first trick I'm saying, if you are already from IIT, I don't have to say, you obviously mention that. If you are not from the premium college, then mention your university, so that at least that becomes a criteria for selecting you. Okay. Second, interest. So I would advise hobbies and other things have lost their importance in the resume. Okay, maybe still some service companies may expect that. Otherwise, if you are an intern or experienced, your hobbies and other things are no longer relevant. So in the interest, some technological interests, for example, see here he has mentioned database management system, algorithm and data structure, competitive programming, cloud infrastructure, or hybrid mobile application development, or whatever, data science, machine learning. Basically, whatever your technical interests and aspirations are there, please put those in the interest section. Okay, not something like I like to play guitar, I like to play cricket. Very well, you do it, it's very good, but that may not act as that may not add any value in your technical resume shortlisting, because they are not hiring you to play cricket or play guitar. Correct? They are hiring you to play to do some work. Correct? So in the intersection, add some technical things. Obviously, you can mention your personal interest in the hiring manager round. Correct? But don't need not to waste your time or space in the resume for that. Next, you have achievements. Okay, so you will have some or the other achievements in your life. Okay, there are, you might have attended some examination or some coding competition where you against some ranking. Okay, so you might have forgotten and you might have not know that importance of that, but recall. Okay, so and get that thing and add here. For example, he has mentioned like ICPC World Finals. So ICPC is a competition. Okay, so do I knew before looking at the resume? I know I did not knew. Okay, recruiter may also did not know all the competition that happen all across the world, but mentioning that and the rank you secured will create some impression. Yeah, he's interested in competing, so he's getting some shortlisted because of some good ranking he's getting in those competition. So he should be credible, correct? So if me, who not having any technical knowledge or not having any knowledge on the competition, just by looking at the ranking, I see okay, some credibility they have, correct? So because of that, identify the competition that you participated. If not, participate in some or the other competition and get some ranking and add here. I don't officially advise that, but one thing, just read between the lines. So if you are mentioning 50 rank out of 3000 teams, who is gonna know which rank you are getting? This much only I'll tell. I'll not tell further. Okay. So, but put whatever the ranking that you have got in your resume. Okay. So you can start from AEEE, or you have attended IIT JEE, or you have got good ranking in some state CET. Mention all of that in your resume in this particular section, so that they whoever looks at your resume, first thing is the college premiumness, second is the competitive premiumness, third thing they'll come for the company premiumness. Okay, so now company premiumness, this resume luckily he has worked on Google, Facebook, and Flipkart. So obviously, if I'm a recruiter from Google now, or a Facebook now, or from Apple, Amazon, definitely I'll shortlist this guy as long as he has the skills that I'm looking. Correct. So first thing, mention whatever the current company that you're working. So one important thing to observe here is they are not specifying the complete thing they're working in a Google. Let's say I'm working in Google for last 1 year. I might have done a lot of things. Correct. Obviously, you don't have to mention all of that in the first line itself. This is very, very important. your resume becomes 2 page and 3 page because of that. So try to keep your entire work experience in 1 to 2 lines. For example, let's say I work for Google search in Google. What I can mention, I was working on enhancing the Google search performance in specific location and specific accessibility. Okay, specific here you mean you have to mention whatever the extra work that you are doing. So how you did, there could be hundreds of technology that you have used, correct? That you can explain in this project section. So there is another section for project where you can mention the project that you have taken and explain more, little more, 2 to 3 lines. You can explain those here. So here the projects are quite generic, not necessarily that worked in Google, Facebook, or Flipkart. They are tried summarizing all the different projects that they have worked. Okay. Now, obviously, we'll mention all the things and whatever the contribution that you have done, you can mention here. Okay. So don't keep it too elucidative. Whereas, on the other hand, don't miss the important thing that you worked on. For example, now we are in Facebook, correct? So everybody in the Facebook are aware of the messaging feature or some Facebook ads. So if you worked on those things, please highlight it. Okay. So do not just because you have to write less, don't forget to highlight the important thing that you have done. Okay. So obviously this is the for the premium who already worked in premium company. Applying for premium company, it is very easy, correct? Now, in case if you're from a service company and you obviously don't have any of this premium company in your list. So what you do, mention whatever the company that you have worked, correct? And try to add more value from the project. For example, let's say you're from a service company and you're working for a airline project where every day close to 1 million bookings are happening. I'm telling too high. This much may not happen in airline, but just take an example. So try to extract something that is looks big for an external point of view and add that in your resume. So for example, obviously you cannot put Google, some company you put, and I worked on a project which tracked 1 million users every day, or which has a capability of handling 1 billion requests in 1 minute. Obviously there are a lot of service projects which has that, correct? If none of this is you are having, for example, you're working for enterprise companies like Oracle, General Electric, etc. So where you might be impacting you might have impacting less people but in a better good way. For example, General Electric might have developed some product, some healthcare product which is saving some 100 life in last 1 year, or some 10,000 lives in last 1 year. Mention that. So somehow find something that is unique about your product that is worth mentioning and that can give some attention. Please add that. Okay. So I've said now how to keep the left hand section for the premium guys and for the non-premium guys. Okay. So this was one resume template, and take away from this first resume are 1 page. Second, mention your details on the top. Left hand side, mention all your achievements. Right hand side, mention your companies and the project details. Okay. Now I'll go to the second resume. Okay. So this is, as you can see here, it's a July 2014 pass out. So it's more like for now it is close to 8 years of experience. I can tell it's a senior resume, correct? Senior person's resume, where if he starts mentioning, he can mention a lot in the under companies and the projects. But so they kept it minimal so that and to the point, whatever they have done. Okay. Now, see, I assume you enjoyed my first resume walkthrough. Now I'm going to walk you through the second resume, which is very, very important from the fresher or the junior point of view, how your resume has to be framed. Correct. So in case if you're liking the content, whatever I'm making, please like the video and comment whatever you are feeling. This is very, very important for me because more likes and comments, my video becomes more popular. A lot of people get to see it. And when a lot of people get to see, I'll be reaching my goal of helping people to clear their interview much faster. So please like and comment before watching further. Now I'm going for the second resume. This is again one of the most common question that people ask me in LinkedIn and YouTube. Like, I'm a fresher and I want to apply for the premium companies. How should my resume be? So this is the right template for you guys. So this is the resume template for both mid-level and the senior. So this is a template for fresher and the some maybe 1 year experienced. Okay. So here how they have done is, again, top section is always dedicated for mentioning your email, phone number, LinkedIn, whatever, LinkedIn and GitHub. Of fresher, it makes sense. For experienced guy, it may not make sense because you don't have, you might have done some projects, but all the company projects in the proprietary Git repository, you will not have it. Correct. So fresh as a fresher, you can mention because you will be doing a lot of projects for your own. Then education is the next section where you have to mention. Correct. So all the different education, whatever you're taken, like bachelor's, master, all of that you can mention here. Then you come to professional experience. Correct. So if you are an engineering student, or if you're some MCA, BCA, etc. So you can mention all the different experience that you own, like where and all you did the internship. During internship, what and all you have built. For example, now let us take this first example. Software engineering intern, Microsoft, May 2022, August 2020, worked on the Azure storage big data team, implemented sorting algorithm built to an end-to-end flow of C++ to produce an ordered set of logs operation on the Azure data lake storage Gen 2 file system. It's a very specific whatever he has built, he or she has built in that internship interval they have mentioned here. Okay, so same has been happened for the different whatever the internship they have done. So this candidate might have done so much of internships in the matter of 4 years, but everybody do not, will not make so many internships, correct? So whatever the internship that you did in a particular tenure, please mention that in the first 1 or 2 points. Okay, next is the project section, same as an experienced. So here you are going to specify specific project that you have worked, correct? For example, now whenever you are at a Microsoft, you mention what all the work you did. So in that work might be part of a project. So you're gonna explain a little more about details of the projects here. Okay. Next, technical skills. So this is very very essential. Whether you are experienced or whether you are a fresher, you have to mention what are your technical skills due to which I need to hire you. Okay. Then he has mentioned accomplishment and activities. Okay. Accomplishments is quite similar to whatever we had the this here, right? Achievements. So that's same as the accomplishments. So he has mentioned in the accomplishment section some Boy Scout America, third place at SM Hacks. So basically, whatever the achievement that you did as a student, that you can add here. For example, you were a part of some hackathon and you won the first prize, or you built something that was useful for your college, and because of which college give you gold medal. Anything as such that can be mentioned in the accomplishments. So after a certain experience, this may not be relevant, but as a fresher or an intern, it is very very essential to put the accomplishments, because you don't have something very different from the others, because every fresher or intern will have somewhat the same resume. These accomplishments and your internship experience will act as a differentiator, so add the accomplishments. Technical skills, okay, these activities they have mentioned, this section can be skipped. Okay, if you wish you can add. One thing you can observe in both the resume now. Okay, first thing, both are one page. Second thing, there isn't any zigzag. They haven't made any colorized or something that is fancy in the resume. They're all plain white and black resume. So I suggest you stick to that. Don't need not to make your resume fancy. That might be appreciated by some startups or service firms. Big product companies are the least bothered about all those things. So don't spend your time in making your resume very vibrant. Keep it very plain. Okay. Okay. Now, as a experienced guy, I said if you're not having premiumness, what you can do. As a fresher, if you're not having premiumness in your resume, okay, what you can do. So same applies the same. So don't, if you're sure your college do not have tier 2, tier 3 college, it may not have a weightage to get you shortlisted in a premium company. Mention your university, like Delhi University, Mumbai University, whatever that is more known by the people, mention that as your university. So your shop basically did your engineering. Obviously, you did your engineering from that university only. So you're skipping the college name, adding the university. Next, internships are very important. You have to add internships. If you are not done the internship and if you're in pre-final year, please do some internships. In case if you're applying for the premium companies, they do expect that. Okay, so do some internships and add that internship experience here. Now, let's say you are in tier 2 and tier 3 college and you did not get a chance to do any internship. This is a problem, correct? In such cases, what I would suggest is do some contribution to open source. There are a lot of open source projects like Mozilla is there, and Google has a lot of open source kind of projects. Microsoft also has it. So try to contribute in some way or the another and get you a fame and add it here in the resume. This applies for junior level engineers who are not having any premiumness. Contribute to some open source projects which are popular. Like that project should be known to all. What work you have done is fine. Whatever the open source that you're contributing, that should be a significant in the stream that you're applying. So contribute something to that and apply. Okay. So now whether you have a premiumness or not having a premiumness, you can borrow the premiumness for something like the things I'm mentioning. The university name, your open source contribution, correct? All this can bring some premiumness to your resume, or you compete in some programming competition and get a ranking and add it to your resume, correct? All these things you can do even if you're not from a premium company. Now I'll tell very 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 important thing. There are some people now who do not fall in any of this premiumness. Like they have not contributed to open source. They are not from even their college or university is not from any premiumness. Correct. So you might have all you basically you have kind of a no criteria that I mentioned to get shortlisted in a premium company. Correct? In such case, what you can do, the easier thing that you can do is you have to use some influence to get shortlisted. Correct? At least to make your resume shortlist. So what you can do, you have to enhance your network and LinkedIn or other social media. So whatever the companies that you are aspiring, you don't try to connect with those guys the day whenever you want to join. Just before, whenever you're thinking that these are the companies that I'm targeting, and I know I don't have any premiumness in your resume, I tried enhancing to whatever the level possible, but that is not enough to get shortlisted. Try connecting with HR of that company, whatever the company, actively, and don't send just the connect. Add a note like, I'm so and so, I'm interested in working for your company, or I'm so and so, it will be great to connect with you, and send a connection request. So out of 10, at least one or two may get connected. Correct? After once you're getting connected with them, then try to send some message on LinkedIn or in any other social media and request them, this is my resume, I'm aspiring for this role. Unfortunately, during my second year PUC, something happened, I couldn't get into any big colleges, but I have done a good amount of projects and I have a very decent knowledge on these skills. Can you please shortlist my resume for the upcoming rounds or the next set of rounds? And send that message exactly with the job ID. This is the job ID which is open for fresher or experienced. Can you please consider me? So it send them, and everybody may not reply, but at least out of 10 or 15 or 20, one or two will definitely respond. Correct? That is the, this is the way where you can, if you're not having any premiumness, where recruiters contact you, you can contact the recruiters and get shortlisted. Correct? So these are all the things that you can play with a resume and with the recruiters to get shortlisted for an interview. Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video where I tried explaining you how the resume has to be and how you can apply for the premium companies. If you like the video, please like the video on YouTube channel. Add your comment, whatever you felt, was it beneficial or not beneficial. These two resumes are there in my GitHub repository. Link will be in the description. Please go ahead and download and try to prepare your resume in a similar pattern. And in case if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon. And follow me on Medium, star my GitHub repository so that you get active notifications whenever I make an update. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in next video.